What's up, everybody? This is Maximilian, and I'm coming here with you a very short post. It's not really too much anything going on right now. I just wanted to give a few tips and tricks for level grinding at this point in the game. Because you're kind of at an awkward scenario. The two really best places to actually level grind in Red and Blue all involve getting past Indigo Plateau. And seeing as how we don't have all 8 of our badges yet, that's kind of not possible. So we're going to have to make do with what we've got. It turns out that the best possible place to level grind in terms of overall experience and average level of encounter is actually going to be the abandoned laboratory at Cinnabar Island. For the most of our team, we're in the mid to high 30s now, and the average Pokemon that you're going to encounter here is going to be somewhere between level 32 and 34. So that's considerably good, considering that there's not too many other places in the game where you can encounter Pokemon of that level on a regular basis. That and most of the Pokemon that you encounter here aren't just going to be just random low-level Pokemon, low-experienced Pokemon like Pidgeys and Rattatas. You do run into things like Coughing and Grimer quite a bit, but the fact that you also run into higher-experienced Pokemon like Growlithe and Ponyta, and occasionally evolved forms like Weezing and Muck, which means you have a much better chance at getting more experience. So that's why I prefer this level grinding spot over others. You could, in theory, increase your chances of running into better Pokemon by using repels, so that way you attracted only Pokemon with a level higher than 35, especially the evolved forms, considering that those ones will definitely appear through repel. However, when you use repel, you also decrease the frequency in which you encounter Pokemon, which means you're going to spend a lot more time level grinding, and in all honesty, level grinding is just tedious work, so the faster you can get it over with, the better. It's just better to fight anything that you can come up against, although if you really wanted to do it that way, you could. It's perfectly viable, it's just you're going to take a lot more time doing it, because the chances of you encountering a Muck or a Weezing inside the laboratory is the lowest possible. They are the least frequently appearing Pokemon inside the lab. However, they do appear, and when they do, you do get quite a sizable chunk of experience compared to a normal Pokemon that you would encounter. Plus, their levels are generally in the 40s, so it's usually a good spot to hit up. Now, the techniques that I would use for level grinding is that I would keep one Pokemon with me that knows Teleport. That way you can escape the building and go to the Pokemon Center that you last visited without having to use escape ropes. You can also use those too, because at this point money should be an arbitrary factor in this game. It really shouldn't have much of an impact on any decision that you make, considering that you have infinite nuggets at your disposal and you can just sell them at your whim. However, you can always carry a Pokemon with you that knows Teleport or Dig or something like that to get you to a Pokemon Center in the event that you do run out of escape ropes or maybe your pack is full. Something like that. And then carry with you the rest of your Pokemon slots, fill them with Pokemon that you want to level grind. Once you've gotten one of your Pokemon to the desired level that they're at, you can switch them out in the Pokemon box for another one that you want to level grind, and repeat this process so on and so forth. I tend to raise my Pokemon one level at a time. That way you don't just completely exhaust their resources over a span of time. And also you can increase the longevity of your entire party by doing this. Because when you just exhaust one Pokemon over a certain period of time, you don't get the ability to use them anymore. And eventually it's going to drag your party out. Although when you're continuously switching Pokemon, you spread the damage that's taken amongst your party. That way you don't have to waste healing items on your Pokemon, and you don't have to make continuous treks back to the Pokemon Center and going back to certain points in the map. Right now I'm trying to get to the deepest portion of the laboratory, the lowest basement floor, and you do so by going off of the balcony. I find that, I'm not sure if this is entirely true, at least it's just an observation of mine, that you will tend to encounter higher level Pokemon on that basement floor. This could be completely accidental from my previous experience, however, I find that in most games, the deeper that you get into the parts of the map where you encounter wild Pokemon, the stronger they tend to get. So that's just a theory of mine. And it seems to be working for me. I've encountered more Mucks and Weezings on the basement floors than I have in the entrance. So I figure it's probably best to go there. Plus, there's an exit on the right-hand side of the building if you ever do decide to go to a Pokemon Center and you don't have something with, like, Teleport or Dig with you. You can always go out of there, and it usually doesn't take too much of a hassle to get out. So that's just my strategy for going through this. I'm going to attempt to raise my party to somewhere in the mid-40s. I'd say I'd be comfortable around 44 or 45. That said, I'm not going to be recording all the level grinding on screen, just because that would take up a lot of time and I really don't want to waste I don't really want to waste walkthrough time with that. So, over the next week or so, whenever I get some free time, I'm going to be level grinding on my own, off camera, so to speak. That way we can step ahead in this, and that way you don't have to wait on me to do anything. So, depending on how long that takes, because I also have several exams and projects due in the next 2 weeks from college, it's the end of the semester and all. I'm not sure when I'm going to post my next video, however, I will try to make it as soon as possible. Because you guys have been very patient in waiting for these videos. You've been dealing with my schedule and all that. And I really would like to make it a point to give you guys regular content, because the fact that you're subscribing to me means you want to see regular content. So I'm going to make it my mission to get that out there to you guys as regularly as possible. So that's just a little heads up for you. After I'm done level grinding, we're going to go to the gym in Viridian City and fight Giovanni, and then we'll head straight to the Elite 8 via Victory, or the Elite 4. Elite 8, I'm thinking college basketball. Elite 4 via Victory Road from there. So that's the exit that you use to get out of when you're on the bottom floor of the Cinnabar gym. And here I'm just going to switch out my Pokemon party, kind of show you how I'd organize things. But that's basically my strategy for level grinding at this point in the game, because you're at a very awkward transition where there aren't very many more trainers to fight, because you've basically fought everyone that you're going to be able to, if you plan on catching all the Pokemon, because you have to set some aside for Ditto glitching. So this is what I would recommend that you do. I'm going to continue to do this until my party is slightly more on par, because right now we are way behind, and if we tried to trudge ahead with the party as it is right now, we just would not get anywhere. So that is that. I look forward to putting out the next episode very soon, and I will see you guys in the near future. Until then, have fun.